Astida Sahyuktatma, he steadfast at all times, he considers me as the highest goal. Mamivam uttamam gati, the man of wisdom who is contemplating and meditating, considering everything left, only me and me alone. You have got 3 children, consider. And you have not spaced them properly. 3 children, 4 years old, 3 years old, 2 years old. Every year. So then the 3-year-old, 4 and the 3-year-old are grown up. And after giving breakfast to all of them, mummy has left every one of them in a room with a lot of toys and they are all playing. The mummy is going on doing work. The little fellow, the 2-year-old one, detached from everything, standing in a corner of the house, room, is practicing various tones and tunes in crying. First, mummy thought, never mind, it's after lunch, breakfast, it's for good for exercise. Let him cry alone. When you get those 4, 3 and 2, you can't afford to carry them all because 3 you cannot carry, 2 you can. 3rd, what can you do? Therefore, they become a little disciplined, extremely disciplined. Or else there is no other go. The fellow is crying. So the mummy, after that boy has cried about 15 to 20 minutes regularly and continuously, and the other children are playing. This guy is standing there and crying. Continuously crying. The mummy cannot, how hard-hearted it may be, cannot, and therefore comes here to inquire. Baby, why? Mummy takes the child, calls the other 2. How many times should I say that you should not quarrel with the little one? Is it not your little brother? Aren't you become big and can't you not do that? No. More, all of them go. Better. Now, you want this toy or this toy? He closes the eyes and goes on crying. Everything. Children all go. Only my child and myself. We are going to play with all the toys. It's all meant for my child only. Come on, play. That boy wants no toys. Wants nothing in the world except, what will the mummy do? Oh, I see, beta, all right, come on. Why? The child wants only mother. Mother alone. Nothing else in the world. No other distraction. He wants only at this moment mother only. Will not that mother, even though a mortal and an imperfect one, will she understand in love that the child is wanting me and therefore carrying him on the shoulders, on the hip? Will she not go there and with one hand continue the work that she is doing? When this child is being in the hip, it doesn't mean that mother doesn't love the other 2 children. All of them I love, but that little one who doesn't want anything but me and me alone, I carry her and me. The wise man, he wants nothing. Neither the physical nor mental or intellectual things. The world of objects, emotions, thoughts, he doesn't want. He is meditating on Lord, 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 Lord. Lord, it tries to give him a lot of money, lot of girls, lot of things. He wants nothing. You, thou. Is it not? All the others are also, I love each other, because after all they are my children. They are my blood of blood, flesh of my flesh. I love all my children. But that child who wants me and me alone, don't you think that I will take? The other fellow is also crying, but all right, you take this. And the child is very happy. He plays with it. Similarly, you and I, we also cry, oh Lord, what? $1 million. Okay. Good riddance of bad rubbish. Keep quiet. And keep quiet. Suppose 1 million comes and says, why you want 1 million? I don't want 1 million. I want you and you only. Velina to take you. Think of that. Udaraha sarvayevaide. All these are udaraha. Big people. I mean, large-hearted, loving, kindly people indeed. All of them. But Jnani tu, the man of wisdom, indeed is special. Why special? He wants only me and me alone, nothing else in the world. Not a single vasana in him. Therefore, not a single desire. Therefore, no agitations. He is no desire to have anything. They want nothing, desire nothing, expect nothing. Empty thyself, I shall fill thee, is the promise of all scriptures. Empty yourself of all these passions and lusts, into that empty mind, the divine splendor automatically arises. He and me, there is no more distinction before. After that, astida sahiyuktatma, this well steadfast meditator who is no more wavering and wandering his mind into the world of objects. Such an individual who has only me and me alone is the highest goal. He indeed becomes me. Continue.
Bahunam janmanamante Jnānavan mam prapadyate Vasudevas sarvamiti Samahatma sudurlabha.
Here is a verse which can be interpreted according to our mental mood. First I will explain only word meaning. And you watch your mental mood. Bahunam janmanam ante. And the end. Bahunam, endless, infinite varieties of janma, lives. After endless number of lives, after many lives and play upon the surface of this globe, and they, at the end of it, Jnānavan mam prapadyate, that Jnani, the man of wisdom, reaches me and get merged in me. When? Not in this life. When? After many lives. Swamiji, why didn't you tell me this before the camp? I thought that 10 days camp and then I put the guard in my pocket and come away home. You see? Bahunam janmanam ante. Many lives after, one person reaches me. This statement in the Gita, the Lord himself saying, an authentic scripture. Now, half of you have already understood. The whole thing is a bluff, I tell you. Why did I was called immediately, I could have waited for some time more. Another half would think that, I see. There's 2 points of view. Pessimistic point of view and optimistic point of view. This point of view is not ordered by anybody. It is ordered by the amount of asanas. To illustrate this, there is a case history reported in our Puranas. Narada is a Rishi, and he has got the visa, a diplomatic visa, that at any time he can go to Narayana's place, heaven, meet them, and also come back to the world. Because he is a missionary. He is a bridge between the two. It's a Kissinger method. Now Narada, and he's got a twist in his head also. As he was going along the Himalayas with his one-string instrument and singing Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Lord's name, a great devotee, he was going. He saw at point A, one guy is sitting down in meditation. He has understood it. He said, hey! And he saw Narada, and everybody knows him, prostrated immediately. He said, after asking Kushala Prashna, how are you, etc. After asking everything, he said, look, anyway I am going to heaven. And as I am going to the heaven, I have got business and I have to go to the secretariat. Secretariat, the government offices. I had to go to the Senate hall and your first name? Second name? Now you know that I can peep into the files. If you want, I can take up your file and see. It's all computerized. Second name first and the first name next. It's all computerized. So I can watch and look out and say that how many more lives you have got because you are doing tapas. He said, yes Maharaj, if you can look into it, it's very good. He went. After going a little distance at point B, unknown to Mr. A, B was sitting there under a tree and he's a great devotee and lost in this devotion, singing all the Lord's name. He was sitting there. Narada went there and disturbed him also. Hey! How are you? Are you already prostrated? And he said, now that I am going to heaven, and since I am going to heaven, I will be going to secretariat. I know the superintendent or the officer who is in charge of these files. I had to check up 1 or 2 names. I can look up your name also. He was not interested. He said, okay. Since you are going there and you want it, okay. And I don't want to give you any trouble, but in case you feel that way, okay. This is my first name, second. Narada has already understood. He went there, saw it. Mr. A has got millions of lives. He is immature yet. He has got mountains of asanas. And Mr. B has got, this is the last life. He has exhausted almost everything. When he was coming back, naturally he first met Mr. B, who is already pure, already reaching the gateway of truth, and he has already exhausted all the vasanas a little. Now Narada has told you, he's got a perversion. He said, my dear man, I did go to the secretariat, I had made inquiries. It's all Lord's grace. You have got a lot of it. Good. He says, good. Can you you see that banyan tree on the other side of the Ganges? Yes, yes. Do you know how many leaves on it? I don't know. That much of life you have got. The fellow lost tears in his eyes, started dancing all around, saying that, "Oh Lord, how kind you are." I thought that infinite are the lives. It has come to some number. It is not infinite, it's not endless. Though that leaves of that tree must be some number. Doesn't matter. It may be a few millions. What does it matter? One day it will end. Oh Lord, how kind you are. It doesn't matter to me at all, because he has already started experiencing the joy. He doesn't mind like that to live for all times to come. He's already purified. Went to the other man. Woke him up. He prostrated. And he was anxious. This man was not anxious. Narada had to remind him. Hey, I told you that I will look up, I looked up. Because he was already satisfied. The other man is anxious. Hey sir, you said that you will look up. Did you get a chance to look up? Yes, I looked up. Yes. Lucky. Congratulations. Why? This is the last life. Really? Yes. Oh, he immediately folded up his asana, put it in his umbrella, started running. So Narada said, where are you going? Wait, if this is the last life, I have yet to do some one or two things at home. Why? He is so full of asanas that when he was told that this is the last life, the fellow says, no, I will go and do that. No, my wife is there like that, and my daughter-in-law is not married. My daughter-in-law is not married, I cannot say. My daughter is not married. He went there to the world, stopped all the tapas. Why? Because he has got so much of asanas to exhaust. Meaning, when you say Bahunam Janmanam, how you understand and interpret will be according to your own inner personality. To that devotee, this is the last life. Because what do we know about our past? Bahunam Janmanamande, at the end of many, many lives. Now, how many lives had you been? What do we know? Therefore, optimistically he considers, all seekers consider that this is the last life. How do you believe that this is the last life? Merely because of the thousands and thousands of Indians or the others, I got the chance to listen to Bhagavad Gītā. Or the millions who have heard, I feel that I have understood a little. It is 1,000,000,000 chances that I am not sick at this moment. There may be hundreds who wanted to come to the camp, but the day we are starting, I lifted a box, I think. My back, my back. And the back becomes straight. No pain at all when the Yajña is over. That 10 days suffering or a confusion. My father-in-law, last 3 years I have been writing letters. He won't come. And suddenly, when I decided to go to the camp, a cable comes. What? Starting 20th, reaching 21st, meet, airport. When father-in-law comes to the airport, go and meet him or come to the camp. My prarabdha. Like this, 1,000,000 things can happen. Child is not well. Valid reason. Wife had slipped and fell. In bathroom, slipping and falling, any day, anyone can do that. They generally fall on the day the camp starts. You have to unpack, there is no other way. Nothing has happened. Having come to the camp, even the canteen food, nothing has happened. You see, generally in my house, even a little undercooked and all that, I am very sensitive. Here in the canteen, nothing happens. I am firing off left and right. You understand? These are all symbols by which I think that I am very near him because his grace is flooding my life. I never thought of coming to the camp. It's only my neighbor, I never heard it. My neighbor said he is going. I said, if this rascal is going, I'm also going. That is how I came here. I didn't know the Swami. I didn't know anything. I didn't know Gita. I never thought that I will stay all the 10 days. I thought that I will come here and have a look around and then next day go away. But then there you are. Here I am. Even now I am. Just because of that fellow. You understand? It comes. The very fact that we have got this chance and that we are feeling inspired by it clearly shows that your mind and intellect is ready to receive the message at this juncture. So everyone who is a spiritual seeker will always be optimistic that this is the last life. Nay, this is the last day. And each time you sit for meditation, you go to it with all optimism. Since I don't know when, it can be right now. Why should it be after 1,000 years? But the fact is, you know your Darwin theory. How many trillions of lives we have lived at the lower levels of the plant kingdom? How many trillions of lives we have lived at the animal level? How many trillions of lives has ape? Then became human. He is not wrong to come to this sensitivity of the mind, to feel this love for others, compassion for others, this sensitivity and the intellectual sagacity and equipoise to understand these subtle things. It is not an accident. It is a result of millions and millions of lives' evolution. Having thus reached this state, to waste it all in gathering some paltry wealth, in wasting it only in sensuality like any animal. What a squandering, what a waste. So, Bahunam Janmanamante, that idea that is after the end of many, many lives. It is said here not for pessimistically to make you despair, but on the other hand, to give us a sense of holiness, a sense of value, that I am not an accident thus here. I am the product of millions of years of nature's evolution. I crawled from the unicellular organism to this height. From here, I have to reach out to the higher. When this understanding comes, your spiritual thirst or spiritual seeking becomes meaningful and productive of great results. Jnāna vanmāṁ prapadyate. It is after millions and millions of lives that one individual reaches me in his wisdom, awakes to my plane of consciousness. Vasudeva sarvamiti. It is only when you awake to the higher, you suddenly realize that all these are nothing but the divine splendorous consciousness alone. Vasudeva sarvamiti. All this is Vasudeva, the Lord Krishna only. In the sense, all these are Jesus alone. All these are my Father in heaven alone. Call it what Allah alone, Buddha alone. According to your tradition, all this is nothing but that consciousness. The dreamer wakes up to realize that the entire dream world that I saw, the dream cosmos, is nothing but the waker's mind. That's when you wake up to the higher state of consciousness. You come to realize that all this is nothing but pure consciousness alone. refracted in my BMI, I felt that the world is only pluralistic, phenomenal world. It's nothing but that infinite consciousness. Such Mahatma, such a great soul who has realized that oneness of the divine within and without everywhere. Sudurlabha. Labha gain. Durlabha, very difficult to gain. Sudurlabha, very, very difficult to gain. Very, very unique and rare. One who has come to that awakened state of consciousness, from wherein the peaks of his experience when he looks around, all around him, above and below, are nothing but this one infinite consciousness. He established in that higher state of God state, to look around and see nothing but God everywhere. Not even I is any more existing separate from you. That kind of a full realization, getting established in that higher state of consciousness. Sudurlabha is very rare indeed. And that state is gained, not by accident, not by some guru kicking you up, not by mere fluke, but it is the acme of evolution. And that is reached millions and millions of years of growth. Vasudeva sarvamidi samhatma sudurlabha. Kamaistai.
कामैस्तैस्तैर्हृतज्ञानाः कामैस्तैस्तैर्हृतज्ञानाः प्रपद्यन्तेऽन्यदेवताः तं नियममास्थाय प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया.
The man of perfection, one rare entity, he is capable of turning his entire mind and intellect attention to him and gets himself, the mind dissolved therein, and he awakes into that state of consciousness. Why not everyone? Why is it so rare? Why is it reserved only for the few? Why not I? You can. But what is it that is stopping me from doing it? It is not the Lord that is stopping you. It is not God. Then what is it? That explanation. Kamaihi. Because of our preoccupation with the desires. One desire fulfilled, another comes. Tair Hirda Jnāna. One whose discriminative power is distorted by one desire after another. This and that. Desiring with a vague notion that by acquiring, possessing and embracing the objects outside, I shall find the peace and the joy which is my true nature. In this misunderstanding, error of judgment, in the ignorance or non-apprehension of reality, the poor piety, fascinated by a silent call within, runs after for pleasure and happiness, because every one of us knows that our real nature is happiness. But I am not getting it. Therefore, one desire after another, tire, this and that desires, apahrita jnana, our entire intellectual attention is dissipated, looted away, diverted, exhausted. Apahrita jnana, prapadyante anyadevata. Not that we are not invoking. We invoke. Alas, instead of invoking him, we invoke Anya Devata, other deities. Deities there means the other phenomenal powers. Is it not? Education. If I get educated, I will be wonderful. Therefore, your entire attention is turned towards education in a particular department where you like are fascinated by it. Medical college, almost half your lifetime you study. And after studying, while studying, you have got a feeling that now I will go out and serve the society and all that. But when the whole half the lifetime and half your wealth is being to be invested in order to get a medical certificate, thereafterward, you think that half my life is gone. There is only not even half there. Therefore, rob the society. Why? I am very late. I started it. Therefore, I have to make it up double quick. It happens. Another one wants a business. Therefore, his entire time, he says that, I am very sorry, sir. I am very busy. I have no time for spirituality and all that. And it is meaningless because I have tried to meditate. But when I am sitting for meditation, what do I think? Or the bazaar, or the rates that are available, the business troubles, these are all I think. My apahruta Jñāna, my ability, intellectual and emotional ability for contemplation are all looted away from me by these hungry desires that are rising, and therefore I want this and that, and in order to gain and fulfill those desires, I invoke this power and that power. Power there means where I can get my things, manage my things. Thus I am fully engaged with other things other than spiritual. I am materially or materialistic activities, I am too busy in them. I have no time at all for anything.
पूर्णस्य